Imagine waking up with the uh, absolute certainty that today is the day you walk into your boss's office, ask for a massive raise, and will actually get it.
Oh, that would be amazing, right?
Right. Or like imagine knowing exactly which day a simple text message to your partner will start this huge 3-day fight and you can just completely avoid it.
Exactly, knowing when to put the phone down.
Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome back to Horoscope TV. We are dedicating this entire episode to the fire sign of Sagittarius for the time period of June 2026.
And you really need to stick around for this one because this specific month, it is an absolute roller coaster for you.
It really is. I mean, we are tracking a path that starts with this very quiet mental healing, and then it just bursts into this massive financial luck and wild romance right in the middle.
Huge sparks in the middle of the month, yeah.
And then it ends with a powerful cycle of wealth building. But, you only get that wealth if you can dodge a few tricky communication traps along the way.
Right, which we will definitely get into. It is such a thrill to look at these astrological charts with you today.
Oh, totally.
Because the movements of the planets in June 2026, they just tell this fascinating story for a Sagittarius. When we analyze the astro data, we are not just looking at random dates.
No, not at all.
Right, we are looking at a very specific chain of events, like one thing causes the next. So my goal for this conversation is to help you see those hidden patterns.
To make it simple, basically.
Exactly. I want to make sure you know exactly when the charts are giving you a green light to take huge risks, and exactly when the universe is throwing up a red stop sign.
He's telling you to stay home and protect your energy.
Yes, exactly that.
I think that is the perfect way to look at it. We are basically treating these astrological charts like a weather report for your life.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't walk out into a rainstorm without an umbrella, right?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't walk into June 2026 without knowing what the planets are doing.
You really shouldn't.
So we are going to break all this sky math down into a very simple, everyday guide for your love life, your bank account, and your health.
Step by step.
Step by step. Now, before we get to the massive fireworks and the big money days later in the month, we have to talk about how the month begins.
Because it starts surprisingly quiet.
Yeah, the universe is offering a very specific moment of quiet right out of the gate. On June 1st, the charts show this connection between Mercury and Chiron. Let's break down what that actually means for our listener.
Okay, so to understand June 1st, we first have to understand the two players involved here. So we have Mercury, which is the planet that rules how we think.
And how we talk, right?
Right, how we process information and how we talk to other people. It is a very fast-moving planet.
Super fast.
And then we have Chiron. Now, in the astrological charts, Chiron represents the deep wounds we carry, but also how we heal them.
The healer.
Yes. There is a very old story about Chiron that explains this perfectly. In the old myths, Chiron was a centaur. Half man, half horse.
Oh, wait, Sagittarius is the centaur.
Exactly. That is why this is so important for you. Chiron was a great teacher and a healer, but he suffered a wound that he could not easily heal himself. So he represents the pain we carry around that we try to just, ignore. But he also represents our ability to finally fix it.
And because Sagittarius is also represented by the centaur, there is this very deep personal link right away between our listener and this healing energy.
Totally. It is highly personal. So when fast-moving Mercury connects with healing Chiron on June 1, it opens a window.
Like an opportunity.
A rare one, yeah. It gives you the ability to find the exact right words to explain your deepest feelings. Because usually when we are hurting, we just get confused.
Yeah, we can't explain why we're upset. We just shut down.
Right. But on this day, the confusion just clears. You will find it remarkably easy to finally speak about old problems or resolve arguments that have just been lingering in the background of your life.
And just let go of all that past stress.
Exactly. Let it all go.
I really want to look at how a Sagittarius usually handles stress because I think it explains why this specific day is so mandatory for them.
Oh, they hate dealing with it.
They do. As a fire sign, you are built for speed. You want to run toward the next adventure. So when a Sagittarius gets hurt or when they have a bad argument, their first instinct is usually just to, run away from it.
Yeah, pack it away in a box.
Put it in the back of the closet and focus on the future. I mean, it's like having a car where the check engine light comes on, and instead of taking it to the shop, you just put a piece of black tape over the light.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Right. You just keep driving so you don't have to look at it. But eventually, the engine is going to fail.
That is such an accurate way to analyze the fire sign personality. You just do not like to sit in sadness or anger.
Not at all.
You want to move. But think about how a real fire works in nature. A fire needs oxygen. right? And it needs room to breathe.
Yeah, it needs space.
If you are carrying around a heavy load of old emotional baggage, unresolved fights, and past hurts, it acts like a giant wet blanket thrown over your natural fire.
Oh, wow. That makes so much sense.
It completely smothers your energy. You might feel tired all the time, or you might feel like you just cannot get excited about your goals anymore. That wet blanket of stress is slowing you down.
So June 1 is the day you finally take the car to the mechanic.
Yes.
It's the day you peel the black tape off the check engine light and actually fix the problem. And the astro data suggests some very direct actions for this, right?
Very direct. You cannot just sit on the couch and hope the healing happens.
Right, you have to use Mercury. You have to communicate.
Exactly. This means sitting down with a pen and a notebook and physically writing out exactly what is bothering you.
Like, get it out of your head and onto the paper.
Right. Or you call a friend you trust completely, you go for a walk together and just talk. You have
Yeah.
to say the things you have been afraid to say.
Because writing and speaking, they're physical acts.
Yes, they physically move the energy out of your body. And you absolutely must do this mental cleaning early in the month.
Before the big stuff hits.
Right. If you do not drop these heavy bags now, you are not going to be fast enough to catch the massive wave of good luck that is coming next. You have to clear the board.
You have to empty your cup before you can pour fresh coffee into it. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, once you do that emotional clearing on the first of the month, the energy in the charts shifts really quickly, doesn't it?
So quickly. The very next day.
Yeah, June 2, we see the sun connecting with Saturn, and this brings a totally different feeling.
A completely different vibe.
Yeah, this is not about talking about your feelings. This is about putting your head down and getting to work.
The shift from June 1st to June 2 is very sharp. The sun represents your core identity, right?
Mhm.
Your life force.
Right.
And Saturn is the planet of rules, time, structure, and hard work. When you look at pictures of Saturn, you see those massive, beautiful rings holding the planet in.
Yeah, the rings.
Those rings represent boundaries and limits. So when the sun connects with Saturn, the universe is asking you to look at your boundaries and your daily structures.
It's demanding that you focus on your long-term career goals.
It really is. It wants you to look at the small, annoying details of your daily work and handle them perfectly.
Okay, this is where things get tricky for a Sagittarius.
Very tricky.
Because if there is one thing a wild, freedom-loving fire sign absolutely hates, it is boundaries.
They despise them.
You hate being told what to do, and you hate focusing on boring little details. You want to look at the big picture.
Right, you want to dream about the finished house.
Yeah.
But Saturn is telling you that you spend the whole day mixing concrete for the foundation.
Mixing concrete, exactly. That is exactly the tension in the charts for June 2. Saturn acts like a very strict sports coach.
Or a strict teacher, yes.
And we need to analyze why this strict energy is actually a massive gift for you right now.
Because if you only ever have fire and enthusiasm, you will start 100 different projects, but you will never finish a single one of them.
Never finish anything.
Right. Enthusiasm gets you off the starting line, but discipline is what gets you to the finish line. On June 2, the astro data is giving you the discipline you usually lack.
I look at this Saturn energy kind of like a building inspector. Let's stick with the house idea.
I like that.
So you, the Sagittarius, you want to build the biggest, wildest house possible with strange angles and a massive roof.
Sounds beautiful.
Right. But the building inspector shows up and says, that's a great idea, but your foundation is cracked. If you build that roof right now, the whole house is going to fall down.
And you do not want to hear that.
It's super annoying to hear. It slows you down. But if you listen to the inspector and if you fix the foundation, the house stands forever.
Exactly. And the people around you are watching how you handle this inspection. The charts show that if you put in the hard work on June 2, your bosses, your clients, your coworkers, they're all going to be deeply impressed.
Because they know you are creative and fun.
Right. But what they need to see right now is that you are also reliable. When you handle the small details without complaining, you show amazing grace under pressure.
You prove you can carry the heavy stuff.
Yes. You prove that you can carry heavy responsibilities, and this builds a massive amount of professional trust.
Which, spoiler alert, you are going to need later in the month when you ask for more money.
You absolutely will need it.
So, just to summarize the first 2 days, June 1, you cry it out and heal. June 2, you wipe your tears, go to work, and crush your spreadsheets.
A very productive start to the month.
Very productive. But okay, this brings us to a part of the charts that I really, really want to question you about.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because when we hit June 4, There is this massive warning light flashing in the astro data. It says our listener needs to fiercely protect their mental energy.
Yes, there is a big clash.
The charts show Mercury forming a difficult angle with Neptune, and the result is that our listener might feel completely drained, confused, or even start worrying about completely fake health issues.
It's a very confusing energy.
Wait a minute, though. If they just did all this great healing on the first, and they built all this solid trust on the second, why does everything suddenly fall apart into a foggy mess on the fourth?
It does seem strange, right?
Yeah. Doesn't this feel like taking 3 huge steps backwards?
I can completely understand why it looks like a step backwards. But when we analyze the geometry of the planets, we see a very different story.
Okay.
It is not a failure. It is a forced resting period.
Forced rest.
Yes. Let's look at the planets involved.
Yeah.
We have Mercury again, representing your fast-moving mind, and it is clashing with Neptune.
And Neptune is?
Neptune is the planet of the ocean, of dreams, of illusions, and of deep, thick fog. When these two planets form a difficult angle, it is kind of like driving a really fast car right into a thick wall of fog.
You have to hit the brakes.
You have no choice but to hit the brakes because you literally cannot see the road in front of you.
Wow.
Right. And when this happens in your daily life on June 4, your mind is going to feel incredibly heavy. You might sit at your desk to do some work, and you just cannot put a single sentence together.
I hate those days. You read the same email 5 times.
Yes. And the words just do not make sense. You feel this strange, heavy lack of motivation. And because your mind is so confused by the Neptune fog, it starts playing tricks on you.
What do you mean, playing tricks?
Well, you might notice your stomach hurts a little bit, right? And instead of thinking, oh, I ate too much spicy food, your brain suddenly panics and thinks, I have a terrible, rare stomach disease.
Oh my gosh, that is terrifying.
It really is.
It's like the universe is playing a cruel joke on you. Why would the charts do that?
It is not a joke. It is actually the universe's ultimate safety mechanism. Think about what we just discussed.
Yeah.
You are a fast-moving fire sign.
Right.
You fixed your emotional problems on the first, and you worked incredibly hard on the second. If the universe did not throw this fog at you on the fourth, you would just keep running at top speed.
You would burn the candle at both ends.
Exactly. Until there was nothing left, you would exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
So Neptune steps in and creates this confusing fog to literally force you to stop moving.
It is forcing you to take a sick day, even if you are not really sick.
Yes. It is a test of your personal boundaries. The question the universe is asking here is, are you brave enough to just do nothing?
And for a Sagittarius, doing nothing is very, very hard.
It is the hardest thing for them. But the astrological charts offer a very clear set of rules for surviving June 4.
Okay, what are the rules?
First, you must get plenty of sleep. Go to bed early. Second, you must stay away from loud, stressful places. Do not go to a crowded restaurant or a noisy bar.
Just avoid the noise.
Avoid it completely. And third, and most importantly, you need to go for a quiet walk in nature.
Let's talk about why nature specifically helps here. Because I think when you are caught in that Neptune fog, your brain is just spinning with fake problems, right?
Yes, you are disconnected from reality.
Right. So when you step outside, when you physically touch the bark of a tree, or when you feel the solid dirt under your shoes, it literally pulls your brain back into the physical world.
It grounds the electricity.
Exactly. It reminds your body that you are safe, that the world is solid, and that the confusing thoughts in your head are just illusions.
That is a perfect explanation of grounding. The earth absorbs that nervous energy. So for our listener, mark June 4 on your calendar with a big sign that says, do not disturb.
Don't sign anything.
Do not sign any contracts on this day.
Yeah.
Do not have serious talks about your relationship. Just go for a walk, drink some water, and rest.
Rest is a weapon. You are sharpening your sword by doing nothing.
Beautifully said.
And I really want the listener to take this seriously because that forced rest on the 4th is the exact reason you are going to be ready for the explosion that happens next.
The fire is coming.
We are moving out of the quiet days and stepping directly into the fire. The dates from June 9 through June 17 are a completely different world.
A totally different landscape.
And we have to start with June 9 because I'm looking at the astro data here, and June 9 looks like the best day of the entire year. It is like a double jackpot.
It is an incredibly rare and beautiful day in the charts. We have 2 major events happening in the sky at the exact same time, and they work perfectly together to boost your life.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, the moon enters the sign of Aries. Now, the moon controls our daily mood and our emotional comfort. And Aries is a fire sign, just like you.
The warrior sign.
Yes, Aries is the sign of the warrior, the pioneer, the person who charges forward without any fear. When the moon moves into Aries, it acts like a giant match dropped into a pool of gasoline.
Oh, wow.
It gives you this massive sudden burst of physical energy.
You are going to wake up feeling like you can just run straight through a brick wall.
You will feel an undeniable urge to move your body, to start new hobbies, to take bold risks. Your confidence will be absolutely through the roof.
And that's just the first part of the day.
Right. That is the first part. But the second part is where the jackpot actually happens. On this exact same day, Venus meets up with Jupiter in the sky.
Oh, man. Let's break those two down because this combination is really famous in astrology.
It is a combination everyone hopes for. Venus is the planet that rules what we value. It rules love, beauty, art, and yes, cold hard cash.
The bank account.
It rules our bank accounts and our income. And Jupiter is the giant of the solar system. Its job is to take whatever it touches and make it massive.
It just expands everything.
It is the planet of expansion, luck, and huge rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So when the planet of money meets the planet of massive expansion, it creates a day of incredible financial luck.
Okay, so this day is basically like drinking a double espresso while finding a $100 bill in your old winter coat.
Exactly. That feeling of pure luck and energy.
So we are looking at surprise bonuses from the boss.
Yes.
We are looking at, an old investment suddenly jumping in value. Or maybe someone just walks up and hands you a gift. It is a day where the money just seems to find you.
It flows right to you.
But here's the question I have when I look at this chart. We have this huge physical energy from the Aries moon on one side, right?
Right.
And we have this crazy financial luck from Venus and Jupiter on the other side. Do these two things have anything to do with each other? Or is it just a happy coincidence that they happen on the same day?
Well, in astrology, it is never a coincidence.
Never.
They feed each other. When we analyze human behavior alongside the charts, the connection becomes so obvious. Think about what happens when you feel amazing physically.
You just act differently.
Exactly. When that Aries energy fills you up, your posture changes. You stand up straighter. You walk into a room with a bright, genuine smile.
You look people in the eye.
You speak with passion and certainty.
You glow. Honestly, you become a magnet.
You become incredibly magnetic. And people, especially people with power or money, are naturally drawn to that confident energy.
That makes a lot of sense.
Imagine your boss has a special, high-paying project to assign. They look around the office. They see one person slouching at their desk, looking tired. Then they see you, full of fire, smiling, talking about new ideas. Who are they going to give the bonus project to?
They're going to give it to you.
Of course they are. Your physical vitality actually pulls the financial luck toward you. The fire lights up the money.
The fire lights up the money. I love that. Your attitude is basically the hook that catches the lucky fish.
Yes, exactly.
It is going to be a day where you feel totally unstoppable. You get the energy, you get the money, and you are naturally going to want to celebrate. But I see a small warning note in the astro data for this day.
Yes, there is always a catch with Jupiter.
What's the catch?
Because Jupiter loves to make things big. It also loves to celebrate in a very big way. It has absolutely no sense of limits.
Oh, boy.
When that surprise money hits your bank account on June 9, you are going to feel an overwhelming urge to call all your friends, rent a boat, and spend every single dollar on a massive, wild party.
Because you feel so lucky that you think the money will just keep coming forever.
That is the classic Sagittarius trap. You think the party will never end.
Never end.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So the advice from the charts is very clear here. You should absolutely celebrate, have a wonderful dinner, buy something nice for yourself.
And don't rent the boat.
Do not rent the boat. You must force yourself to take a good portion of that unexpected money and put it directly into a savings account or an investment where you cannot easily touch it.
Keep your future secure.
You must secure your future. The confidence of having money in the bank is what will allow you to feel truly free later on. Do not let the fire burn completely through your wallet in one day.
That is such great advice. Enjoy the lucky strike, but pay your future self first.
Exactly.
Now, the momentum from the 9th does not slow down at all. It just changes direction. We go from money straight into love.
A very exciting shift.
On June 13th, the charts show Venus moving out of its previous position and stepping directly into the bold sign of Leo. What does this shift mean for our listeners' romantic life?
This is a spectacular shift for love. Leo is a fire sign, ruled by the sun itself. Think of a lion basking in the warm sunlight.
Very confident.
Yes, Leo energy is dramatic, it is warm, it is incredibly generous, and it absolutely loves to be the center of attention.
Mm.
When Venus, the planet of love, puts on that Leo outfit, it brings a massive wave of heat and passion to your relationships.
Okay, so if our listener is single right now, what does this look like for them in the real world?
If you are single, your standards for what you find attractive are going to completely change. Under this Leo energy, you are not going to be interested in anyone who is quiet, shy, or who just wants to sit on the couch and watch television.
No more couch potatoes.
No. You are going to be drawn to people who are loud, who laugh easily, and who love adventure just as much as you do. You want someone who is ready to jump into the fire with you.
You want a co-star.
Exactly. The charts show a very high probability of meeting someone who matches your dramatic, fun-loving energy right around this day.
And what if our listener is already in a long-term relationship? Does this dramatic energy cause problems or does it help?
It helps immensely if you use it right.
Yeah.
June 13 is the absolute perfect day to break out of your normal routine.
Do not just order pizza and stay home.
Right. You need to plan a wild date night. Go to a place with loud music where you can dance. Take a sudden, unplanned weekend trip.
Use something that makes your heart beat faster.
Yes, because your own energy on this day is going to be incredibly confident and playful. Your partner is going to find you completely irresistible. You have the power to bring the spark back to any relationship.
I really love looking at this because it brings up the whole topic of compatibility. Who is the best person for a Sagittarius to be around during this wild, fiery middle of the month?
Well, the charts are very clear on that.
Yeah, the astro data points directly to one specific sign as your ultimate partner in crime right now, and that is Aries.
Yes, the astrological match between Sagittarius and Aries this month is absolutely perfect.
Why is that?
We analyze it by looking at the elements. Both are fire signs, so you share the exact same fundamental fuel. The spark of the Aries moon on the 9th woke you up, right? And now Venus in Leo on the 13th makes you bold. When you mix your Sagittarius desire for freedom and truth with an Aries desire for fast action and bravery, you create an unstoppable team.
What I find so interesting about an Aries and a Sagittarius getting together is how they handle conflict.
It's very unique.
Because most couples, they hold on to things. But fire signs, they just burn through arguments so fast.
Very fast.
Like, let's say you and an Aries are trying to plan that wild date night. The Sagittarius wants to drive 4 hours to a weird roadside attraction, and the Aries wants to go to a high-energy concert in the city.
They both want to lead.
Right. So you might actually yell at each other for 10 minutes about who is right. It gets really loud. But then 5 minutes later, someone makes a joke, you both start laughing, the anger is completely gone, and you end up doing both things.
There are absolutely no grudges.
None.
That is the beauty of shared fire.
Yeah.
There is a deep love for total honesty. Neither of you wants to waste time playing passive-aggressive games.
You just say what you mean.
You say what you mean, you deal with it, and you move forward. It is a fearless dynamic, and it is exactly the kind of energy that will make June 13 so thrilling for you.
So definitely keep your eyes open for that fiery Aries energy, whether it is a romantic partner or just a best friend. They are going to make this week incredible.
They really are.
Now, right in the middle of all this loud romance and adventure, work is going to knock on your door again.
Back to reality for a moment.
Yep. On June 15th, we have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. How does a new moon affect our listeners' daily life?
Well, in the astrological charts, a new moon always represents a fresh start. It is the beginning of a cycle.
It's a door opening.
Yes. Now, Gemini is the sign that sits exactly opposite to Sagittarius on the zodiac wheel. Gemini rules the mind, communication, ideas, and very specifically, one-on-one partnerships.
Okay.
When a new moon happens in this area of your chart, it opens a brand new door in your business relationships.
So this is not about working alone in a cubicle. This is about working directly with someone else.
Exactly. You might be offered a new contract that requires a partner, or your boss might pull you aside and ask you to work very closely with a highly talented coworker on a special project.
You are going to be paired up with someone.
You will.
But wait, Sagittarius likes to do things their own way, right? They love their independence.
They do.
Having to suddenly partner up with someone on a big project could be really frustrating for them. What is the secret to making this new moon work?
The secret weapon here is flexibility. Gemini is represented by the twins. It is the sign of seeing two completely different sides to every single story.
Okay, so it's adaptable.
Gemini energy is completely adaptable. The challenge for you on June 15th is to keep your mind totally open. You might have this brilliant, bold idea of how this new project should be done, But your new partner might look at it and suggest a completely different, strange method.
And your first instinct as a fire sign will be to say, no, my way is faster, let's do it my way.
Right. But the charts are telling you not to be stubborn. If you dig your heels in, the opportunity will just fall apart.
You have to be willing to try their method.
You have to listen carefully to their ideas. If you can
Yeah.
bend, if you can collaborate and mix your big vision with their clever ideas, you're going to reach the top of your field much faster than you could alone.
It is a massive test of teamwork. Listen, adapt, and succeed. But let's jump back into the romance, because the sequence of events here is truly fascinating to me.
It is a beautiful progression.
We just talked about June 13, where Venus and Leo brought loud parties, dancing, dramatic passion, and wild adventures.
The loudfire.
Right. Fast forward just 4 days to June 17. The astro data shows Venus moving into a beautiful, flowing connection with Neptune. And the result of this is quiet, dreamy, fairy tale romance.
It brings deep spiritual bonds and the sudden ability to forgive past mistakes.
But how is that possible? I mean, how do you go from dancing on tables and shouting over loud music on the 13th to holding hands and whispering about your deepest soul connections on the 17th?
It is quite a jump.
It seems like a massive contradiction in the charts.
It does look like a contradiction on the surface, but when we analyze the psychology of how human beings actually connect, it is a perfect logical progression.
Okay, explain that.
Think about how you build trust with someone. The loud, dramatic confidence of Leo on the 13th, that acts as the icebreaker.
Ah, I see.
When you take someone on a wild adventure, when you are both laughing loudly, letting loose, and just having pure fun, you are building a solid foundation of joy.
You are basically proving to each other that you are safe to be around.
Yeah.
It's like a stress test for a bridge. You drive the heavy trucks over it on the 13th to prove the bridge is strong. And once you know it won't break, you feel safe.
That is a wonderful way to look at it. Joy relaxes the nervous system. When you are having fun, your guard naturally drops. You stop worrying about looking foolish.
Right.
And once your guard is down, it finally becomes safe to be vulnerable. I mean, you cannot easily share your biggest fears or your quietest hopes with someone while you are sitting formally in a quiet room on a first date.
No, it's a way too much pressure.
Too much pressure. But after you've spent the weekend laughing and exploring, the comfort is there.
Yeah.
The loud fun creates the safety needed for the deep connection.
So the progression is completely natural. The laughter opens the door, and then the Neptune energy walks right in.
Exactly. Neptune is the planet of the soul and of deep spiritual waters. So on the 17th, because you already trust the person you are with, you can sit quietly together.
You can just be.
You can forgive things that happened months ago without it turning into a fight. You can feel a sense of romantic magic that feels almost like a movie. It is a journey from the loud fire of the physical world into the quiet waters of the emotional world.
It is a beautiful reward. And I want the listener to really feel the momentum building here. Let's look back. You healed your mind on the 1st.
Yes.
You secured your money on the 9th. You found deep romantic trust on the 17th. All of these things are building a massive foundation of confidence. You are stacking the bricks perfectly.
Brick by brick.
And this leads us to the period of the month where you are going to need every single ounce of that confidence. From June 21 through June 28, you are stepping directly into the brightest spotlight of the year.
It is a very powerful week.
We begin this vital period on June 21, and the charts bring us right back to a familiar planet, don't they?
They do. The sun forms a positive connection with Chiron. Now remember, we talked about Chiron at the very beginning of the month.
On June 1st.
Yes, on June 1st, Chiron was helping you heal your mind and your emotions. Now the sun's light hits Chiron, and the focus shifts entirely to your physical body.
With the physical self.
This brings a powerful wave of physical healing and vitality.
I really love the concept of the body keeping the score. Earlier in the month, we talked about how carrying emotional stress acts like a wet blanket on your energy.
Smothering the fire.
Because you did the work to remove that wet blanket on the 1st, your body is finally free to repair itself on the 21st. If you have been dealing with a lingering illness, a sore back from sitting at a desk, or just a general feeling of being worn out, this is the window where your body can finally fix those issues.
It is a wonderful healing window.
But the charts show that you have to participate, right? The healing doesn't just magically happen while you eat potato chips on the couch.
No, the universe always requires action. The connection between the sun and Chiron provides the opportunity, but you must provide the effort.
What kind of effort?
If you want to claim this physical vitality, you need to start a new, positive habit exactly on June 21. It can be very simple.
Like what?
You could commit to walking for 30 minutes every single morning. You could throw away all the heavily processed food in your kitchen and start eating clean, nutritious meals.
Or finally join that yoga class you've been thinking about.
Exactly. The great news from the astro data is that whatever effort you put in right now, the results will be multiplied.
Your body is just primed to respond beautifully to positive changes.
You will build muscle faster. You will drop the tiredness faster. You are building the physical machine you need for the days ahead.
Because just 5 days later, the energy shifts again.
It gets very intense on June 26.
Yeah, on June 26th, the energy shifts directly onto you. The moon enters your own sign of Sagittarius.
This is a very special day every month. When the moon, which controls your emotional comfort, moves into the same sign as your core identity, everything simply aligns.
It's like the sun coming out from behind the clouds.
Yes. Your natural personality traits are amplified. You become the absolute main character of your own life.
What I love about this alignment is the clarity it brings. I mean, we have all had those frustrating days where we have to make a decision and we spend hours making lists of pros and cons, right?
Oh, asking everyone for their opinion.
Yes, asking everyone, and we still do not know what to do. June 26 is the exact opposite of that. When the moon is in your sign, your gut feelings become incredibly sharp and loud.
You do not have to think, you just know.
You just know.
That intuition is your greatest tool on this day. When we analyze the charts for June 26, the strongest advice is that you must absolutely put your own needs first.
Be selfish for a day.
Exactly. Throughout the month, you have been adapting to your partner, working with coworkers, being flexible with that Gemini new moon. On this day, it is your turn.
If an opportunity presents itself and your gut tells you it is right, you need to step bravely into it.
Do not compromise. Do not let anyone else tell you that your idea is too big or too wild. Trust the compass in your own stomach to point you toward the right future.
Be the main character. Claim the spotlight, because you're going to take that exact confidence, that absolute certainty in yourself, and you are going to march right into your workplace with it on June 28th.
This is where the ambition really takes over.
Yeah, the astro data for June 28 shows massive movement from the planet Mars. Let's talk about Mars.
Mars is a very intense planet. It is the red planet. It is named after the god of war. It represents our drive, our aggression, our ambition, and how we fight for what we want.
The fighter.
Yes. On June 28, two major things happen with Mars. First, it enters the sign of Gemini. Remember, Gemini rules your partnerships and your communication at work.
Right.
Second, Mars forms a highly positive connection with Jupiter, which is the planet of massive luck and expansion.
Okay, so we have the planet of war and ambition combining with the planet of massive luck, right in the area of your chart that deals with talking to people at work.
Yes.
This sounds like the absolute ultimate recipe for climbing the corporate ladder.
It is an incredible boost for your career.
Yeah.
This combination fills you with a fierce, almost aggressive desire to succeed. You will look around your office or your industry, and you will want to beat the competition.
You want to win.
You want to win. You will feel totally ready to take on the hardest challenges just to prove to everyone exactly how valuable you are. And because Jupiter is involved, this ambition is directly tied to your income. It gives you the total courage to take smart financial risks.
Okay, let's get practical here. This is the day you ask for a raise.
It is the perfect day for it.
But we need to talk about exactly how you do this, because I see a massive trap here. Mars is the planet of war. Gemini is the sign of words.
Yes, the warrior of words.
So you have the warrior of words in your chart. If you walk into your boss's office feeling aggressive and competitive, and you start demanding more money, pointing out how lazy everyone else is, and basically picking a fight, that is going to completely backfire.
Oh, it will be a disaster.
You cannot just act like a bully.
No, and that is the precise danger we need to analyze. Mars in Gemini makes it very easy to start a war of words. You will feel so smart and so fast that you will be tempted to argue over very minor things.
Like correcting people in meetings.
Exactly. If a coworker suggests an idea that you think is stupid, you will have a very strong urge to publicly correct them and prove that you are the smartest person in the room.
And nobody likes that person that just ruins the team dynamic.
It does. So the strategy for June 28 is all about how you channel this explosive energy. You must take the aggression of Mars and point it strictly at your tasks, not at the people around you.
Do not start arguments.
Use that massive energy to finish a project 3 days early. Use it to solve a complex problem that everyone else just gave up on. Let the speed and the quality of your hard work speak for itself.
So when you walk into the boss's office to ask for the raise, You do not bring a list of demands.
Mm,
You bring a list of your massive accomplishments. You smile, you show them the results you just crushed, and you boldly state your value. You let the data win the war for you.
that is the perfect way to handle it. Keep your mouth shut when you want to argue and let your results make the noise.
Channel the warrior into the work. And honestly, learning to hold your tongue and avoid arguments on the 28th is going to save your life the very next day.
Yes, you will need that practice.
Because the speed of Mars is about to hit a massive brick wall. On June 29, the universe throws the biggest speed bump of the month right into your path.
The energy completely fractures here.
We really have to talk about June 29 carefully because it is the day of the reality check. And it starts with a phrase that strikes fear into the hearts of everyone who follows the stars.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury goes retrograde, yes. On June 29, Mercury begins its retrograde phase. Let's explain what this actually means astronomically for the listener.
Okay, so Mercury does not actually stop in space and reverse its engines. That's impossible.
Right.
It is an optical illusion from our point of view here on Earth. It is like when you are driving on the highway and you pass a slower car. For a brief moment, the slower car looks like it is moving backward compared to you.
Oh, that makes sense.
That is what happens with Mercury. But even though it is an illusion in the sky, it creates very real confusion down here on Earth.
And because Mercury rules communication, technology, and thinking, all of those things suddenly feel like they are moving backward.
They glitch, they fail. Everything gets tangled, messages get lost in the mail, emails go to the wrong person.
And most importantly, words are taken the wrong way.
The completely wrong way.
Let me give a very detailed example of how this plays out in real life so the listener knows exactly what to watch out for.
Please do.
Okay, it's the morning of the 29th. Your partner sends you a text message asking if you want to go to a specific restaurant for dinner. Now, you are busy at work, focusing on all those Mars tasks we just talked about. So you just type back one word. Okay.
Very innocent.
You hit send. You do not think twice about it. But because Mercury is moving backward, your partner receives that text and the energy is completely distorted. They look at the word okay and they think, why didn't they use an exclamation point? Why didn't they say they were excited? They must be mad at me.
Oh, the overthinking.
Right. So they text back, is something wrong? You read that and you get annoyed because you were busy, so you text back, no, I'm just working. Now they think you're being cold and distant.
And it snowballs.
Exactly. Within 20 minutes, a simple okay has escalated into a massive 3-day argument about how you never communicate your feelings and you do not care about the relationship.
That is a brilliant example and is exactly how Mercury retrograde operates. It is the great distorter.
So what's the advice?
The advice from the charts is that you must practice extreme patience. You must assume that whatever someone says, they might not mean it the way it sounds.
Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Always. If you get an email from a client that sounds angry, read it 3 times. Do not reply immediately. Wait an hour. Let the emotions settle.
Just pause.
And the most critical rule of all, do not make any major relationship decisions on this day. If you get into an argument, do not decide to break up. The fog is too thick. You must wait for clarity to return.
And to make matters worse, the astro data says that old relationships might suddenly reappear. An ex might send you a message out of the blue right when you are already confused.
Yes, the backward motion of Mercury often pulls the past back into the present. Do not fall for the illusion. It is just a test of your boundaries.
I look at Mercury retrograde like the universe running a quality assurance test on your life. If a relationship falls apart because of one misunderstood text message, it was a weak relationship with a bad foundation.
Exactly. The universe puts stress on the system to show you where the cracks are.
And if you survive the stress test, your relationship is actually stronger. But Mercury retrograde is not the only challenge happening on the 29th. There is a huge clash of signs on this day.
A very heavy clash.
The charts show a full moon happening in Capricorn, and the moon actually moves into Capricorn.
This creates a very demanding atmosphere. A full moon brings things to a climax or a close. Capricorn is an earth sign. It is the sign of the mountain goat, climbing slowly, taking total responsibility, and following strict rules.
Okay, so when this energy peaks, it demands that you look very closely at your physical health and your daily habits.
It wants you to cut out any bad habits that are hurting your progress. It demands strict discipline.
And this demand for strict rules causes a massive psychological crash for our Sagittarius listener. We talked earlier about how Aries is your perfect match.
Yes, the fire signs align.
But we need to talk about who your absolute worst match is right now. During this specific time, a Capricorn is going to drive you absolutely crazy.
It is a profound clash of completely different operating systems.
Yeah.
We have to look at how these two signs function. Capricorn wants to build status. Capricorn wants heavy rules, clear structures, and completely predictable outcomes.
They want a detailed plan for tomorrow.
Exactly. But you, as a Sagittarius, are a fire sign. You are a wild horse. You want wide open spaces, you want the freedom to change your mind at the very last second, and you want to explore the unknown.
It is like trying to run a brand new high-speed video game on an old computer that has the security settings turned all the way up. You
Yeah.
want to run fast and explore the map, but their system keeps throwing up firewall errors, shutting down every door to protect itself. You feel trapped.
That is a fantastic analogy.
Okay.
And when we analyze why this clash is so intense, specifically on June 29,
Yeah.
it comes down to how these two signs react to the stress of the retrograde.
Because everyone is stressed out.
Remember, communication is failing everywhere. Everyone feels confused. When a Capricorn feels confused, their defense mechanism is to build strict walls. They become like a very strict boss. They demand more rules and more predictability to feel safe.
But when a Sagittarius sees those walls go up, they panic.
Because you hate feeling restricted.
Yeah.
So just when the Capricorn is demanding that you sit still and follow the rules, your only instinct is to break the rules and run away.
And to add to this, the astro data points back to an event earlier in the month that set the stage for this tension. On June 10th, Mercury clashed with Saturn, the planet that rules Capricorn.
The seeds were planted then.
During that time, you might have shared a big, optimistic dream with a Capricorn friend or boss, and they immediately shot it down. They called it foolish. They listed all the negative risks. So the tension has been building for weeks.
Yes, the frustration is already there. So the advice for June 29 is about damage control. It is not that Capricorns are bad people.
Not at all.
They're just trying to feel safe in a chaotic sky. But their way of finding safety makes you feel like you are in a cage. If you have a Capricorn boss,
Right.
a Capricorn partner, or a Capricorn best friend, you must give them a massive amount of space on this day.
Do not try to convince them to join your wild adventures on the 29th. Let them have their rules. You need to focus on the health discipline that the full moon is asking for.
Go to the gym.
Eat a healthy meal, ignore the confusing text messages, and just keep your head down. Survive the stress test. Because if you can get through the roadblocks of the 29th without blowing up your life, your reward arrives the very next morning.
And it's the greatest reward of the month.
We have arrived at the ultimate payoff. June 30 is the last day of the month, but it is the beginning of a massive new chapter. The astro data shows that Jupiter enters the bright sign of Leo. Let's talk about why this is the golden ticket.
This is the most significant planetary movement of the entire month. Jupiter is the planet of massive luck, abundance, growth, and optimism.
It's the giant.
It moves slowly. It takes 12 years to make a full trip around the sun. So when it changes signs, it is a very big deal. It sets the tone for a long period of time.
A very long time.
On June 30, Jupiter moves into Leo. And Leo is a warm, generous fire sign that perfectly matches your own Sagittarius fire energy.
So this is not just one lucky afternoon.
No, this is the starting gun for a huge months-long cycle of positive growth. Over the coming months, this Jupiter energy is going to help you increase your money, find incredibly lucky opportunities, and finally allow you to enjoy the material rewards of all the hard work you've been doing.
You are going to feel a deep, lasting sense of optimism about your future. The struggles of the past few weeks will feel like they were completely worth it.
It will all make sense.
It sounds incredible, a months-long cycle of wealth and luck. But I want to make sure the listener knows exactly how to activate this. Jupiter is moving into Leo, but what is one simple physical action our listener can take on the morning of June 30 to open the door and invite this energy in?
Well, to activate Jupiter, you have to act like Jupiter. We must analyze what this planet responds to. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, but it is also the planet of deep generosity and an open heart.
Generosity, okay.
It rewards people who operate with a sense of abundance, not a sense of fear. The absolute best thing you can do on June 30 is to share some small piece of your own good fortune. You have to get the energy flowing outward so the universe can flow it back to you.
You have to prime the pump.
Exactly. And it does not require a grand, expensive gesture. Go to your local coffee shop and pay for the coffee of the person standing behind you in line.
Oh, I love that.
Leave a surprisingly large tip for a server who looks like they're having a hard day. Offer to help a coworker finish their project so they can go home early and expect absolutely nothing in return.
Set a positive intention for your finances, write it down, and then go be generous.
When you show the universe that you believe there is enough luck to go around, Jupiter amplifies that belief and sends massive abundance right back to your door.
I really love that mechanism. Give a little spark, and the universe gives you a bonfire. Buy the coffee, set the intention, and watch the luck roll in over the next few months.
It is a beautiful way to end the month.
Now, before we finish up today, we always like to leave you with a quick toolkit. This is a summary of the easy-to-remember tools for the month based on the astrological charts, so you can carry this energy with you every day. First, let's talk about your color for the month. To tune into the royal, confident energy of June, you need to wear the color purple.
Purple is a fascinating color in history. It was the color of royalty, of leaders, and of deep spiritual wisdom.
It perfectly matches that main character energy you are stepping into on the 26th and the confident Leo energy of the 30th.
It does. Find a purple shirt to wear on important days, buy a purple notebook for your desk, or even just keep a small purple object in your pocket. It acts as a physical reminder of your own confidence.
You also have a set of highly lucky numbers encoded in the charts for this month. Pay very close attention to the numbers 3, 7, 9, 13, 26, and 30.
Keep those numbers in mind.
You might see these numbers when you are looking at the clock, deciding how much to invest, or looking for a sign that you are making the right choice. Let them guide you.
And as a final quick recap, please make sure you have circled the absolute best dates of the month on your calendar.
You need to be ready.
You need to take massive action on June 9, which is your day of immense physical energy and unexpected financial luck. Circle June 13, when your romantic life catches fire and you become magnetic. And absolutely circle June 26, the day the moon aligns with your sign and you step completely into the spotlight with perfect intuition.
So let's look at the big picture. You start June by pulling the old emotional baggage out of the closet and throwing it away. You ride a massive, fiery wave of passion and money right through the middle of the month. You hit the brakes, survive the confusing stress test of the retrograde, and you end by stepping into a beautiful 12-year cycle of lasting wealth. It is an amazing path.
It is a remarkable journey of growth. But as we finish analyzing these charts, there's one final important thought I want to leave you with.
Okay, what is it?
By the end of June, the math of the universe is going to hand you a massive spotlight. You are going to have the money, the confidence, and the power that you have been working so hard for.
Right.
But having the spotlight is only half the battle.
Right.
The real question you need to ask yourself is this. Once you are holding that bright light, who or what are you going to shine it on to make the world a little brighter for someone else?
Wow, that is the ultimate question. Who are you going to shine it on? Keep that in your mind as you navigate this wild, beautiful month.
Oh,
Thank you so much for spending your time with us and listening to this episode on Horoscope TV. We love bringing this astro data to you.
It has been a pleasure.
If you want to make sure you never miss out on the incredible things the universe has planned for your future, please subscribe to the show right now so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. Thank you again. Have a fantastic June, and we will see you next time.